Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in my last video I did my hijab story for you guys, and as I told in the last video, today I'm going to tell you how everything was before I started wearing hijab and how things are now that I'm wearing it. So before I started wearing hijab, I obviously didn't notice anything different in how people were treating me, or like, for example, when I went to cafes or shops, the employees treated me the same way that they treated all of the customers. So like that's basically how normally they should treat people. And one thing that I noticed when I was living in Finland, I got used to the thing that people were staring me when I was walking outside or hanging out with my friends or something, because I don't know why, but in Finland people just seem to stare at us a lot, and I don't really know why, but that's just how it is. And yeah, people just stare when you go to the train station or bus stop or something. So I got used to that, and when I started wearing hijab, I think the biggest difference was how I felt about myself, because it was something new to me, so it felt like weird, and I was also a bit nervous, and it still like felt good, but because it was something new it felt weird. So that's basically the biggest difference, because you feel a bit weird about yourself because you're doing something that you are not used to. But I talked about that more in the hijab story video, so if you haven't yet, go check that out as well. I'm going to link it somewhere. You're going to notice the card. About my family and friends, they treated me the exact same as they did before I started wearing hijab, because in the end I'm still the same person. I just wear a scarf around my head, so that doesn't affect my personality or who I am. It's just that I dress differently, and yeah, so for them it doesn't change anything, so why should they treat me differently? I can't really say about my other relatives because I haven't had the chance to meet them yet, like after I started wearing hijab. And when I do, I really do believe that they are going to treat me the same way as well, because as I just said, I'm still the same person, so why wouldn't they treat me the same way? But maybe it might be weird for them to see me wearing hijab, I don't know, but I don't think they're going to treat me differently. About the treatment in like cafes and shops, I actually haven't seen any difference in there either. So by so far, the only difference has been like how I felt about myself in the beginning, because now it feels totally normal. And yeah, so in the cafes and shops they still treat me the same way, both in Finland and in the Netherlands. And the next one is where I really saw the difference. It's that even though in Finland people stare you anyways, whether you wear hijab or not, if you just wear a coat that isn't like the coats that everyone else is wearing, then they are going to stare. Or you wear something that not many people wear, then everybody's going to stare you. So yeah, But when I started wearing hijab, like they were really staring. I don't even know how they could do that. In the Netherlands, like I think people stare me a little bit more than before, but not really that much. So like I think before I wore hijab in Finland, people were staring me more than now in the Netherlands that I'm wearing hijab. So that's like how different these two countries are. But yeah, in Finland, wearing hijab, like people were really staring a lot. I know that some people say that when you start wearing hijab, you feel that people stare you more, or that they are staring when they really are not. But for me that wasn't true, because I don't think that I was imagining all the times that people were staring me straight for a minute or longer. Like they just didn't stop staring me. Like you can't imagine that. And sometimes even somebody was walking past me and they didn't watch where they were walking, since they were too busy to stare me. So they were walking past me, but their head were turning towards me, so they were looking back at me. And that's like when I feel really uncomfortable, and like no matter what you do, they just keep staring. When normally when someone is staring you and you stare back or do something small or something, they turn their head like somewhere else, that, you know, they're not looking anymore. But when I did these things, I have tried different things like looking back or smiling or something, and they just keep staring, and I'm like, okay, what should I do now? But yeah, that's basically it. So not that many differences, mostly about how I feel about myself and about the staring part, but how people treat me and stuff like that are basically the same. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and hope to see you next time. Bye!